Welcome back to Caroline's Online Academy. We are in the series of videos in which we're learning the various concepts involved in accounting for share capital. At this point of time, we are learning the forfeiture part, and we completed 2 videos in forfeiture, and this is the third video. In this question, we're going to look at how to account for forfeiture when shares of more than one shareholders are forfeited. Like if there are 2 shareholders who have defaulted, and if both of their shares are forfeited, then how to account for it. There are 2 ways of accounting for it. One, you can do it together, or you can do it separately for both of them. I would strongly recommend that you forfeit the different shareholders forfeiture separately. Do the different shareholders forfeiture separately instead of doing it together. The reason being, when you're reissuing, there might be a need for you to calculate profit on reissue and all. And if you do it separately, it will be helpful. So whenever there is forfeiture of shares of more than one shareholder, I strongly recommend that you do it separately instead of doing one forfeiture entry for both the shareholders. Do it separately. And CBSE suggested answers allows you to do it together as well as separately. So it shouldn't be a problem, my dear children. And even if they have to do it, if they tell you to do it together, or if they ask some question which needs you to do it together, you just do it separately and add both the numbers for each account. I'll tell you how to do it. In the books of Raghav Limited, so we have Raghav Limited, journal, serial number, date, particulars, ledger folio, debit, credit. Make them all bold. All right, my dear children, let me read the question. Raghav Limited issued 1 lakh shares of rupees 100 each, payable as follows. Application 25, allotment 30, first call 30. So that would be, second call will be 15. 100 minus all the other amounts. The company received application. Oh, there is a problem here. Just give me 1 second. Small error. Okay. The company received 1 lakh applications and allotted in full. Joshita holding 1000 shares did not pay first call, and Vinod holding 2000 shares did not pay allotment money. Both their shares were forfeited. Pass necessary journal entries for forfeiture. Actually, in case the question just says pass necessary journal entries, and if all the information is given, you got to pass all the entries from receiving the application money. But I'm here. I'm just going to do the forfeiture entry because that is what we are learning through this video. Okay, so we know what the journal entry for forfeiture is, right? It's share capital account debit to share forfeiture account to calls in arrears account. As I told you, we're going to be doing it separately. As we're doing it separately, first let me forfeit Joshita's shares. Joshita's shares forfeited. So what amount will share capital account be debited with? It is a called up value into number of shares forfeited. Now in this question, they have not told when Joshita's shares were forfeited or when Vinod's shares were forfeited. They haven't mentioned when they were forfeited. You got to assume that they were forfeited after making all the calls. So the called up value on the shares would be the full face value of the share. Oh, sorry, fullish face value of the shares, because they made all the calls. Am I right or not, my dear children? So there will be 100, the face value of the shares, because we are assuming that all the calls have been made, as the question does not tell us when the shares have been forfeited, multiplied by the total number of shares forfeited. For Joshita, it is 1000, and therefore this will be 100 into 1000, which is 1 lakh. And share forfeiture account will be credited with the amount paid up. Now in this question, it says that Joshita did not pay the first call, which means she would have paid the allotment money and application money. Am I right or not, my dear children? Allotment money was 30 rupees. Application money was 25 rupees. So in total, it is 55 into 1000, 55,000. And calls and arrears will be credited with the amount called up but not yet paid. What is the amount called up? 100. Out of that, how much is not yet paid? application and allotment money has been paid. First call and second call has not been paid by Joshita, so that the first call is 30 plus second call 15, which is 45. So that makes it 45,000. So now we have forfeited Joshita's shares. We'll also go ahead and forfeit Vinod's shares. Journal entry for forfeiting Vinod's shares is share capital account debit to share forfeiture account debit credit to calls in arrears account credit. It's the same thing. Vinod's shares forfeited. The amount to be debited to call share capital account is the total amount made due or total amount called up into number of shares forfeited. We know that the total amount called up is 100. The number of shares forfeited for we know this 2000. Understood or not, my dear children? So 2000. Therefore, it is 100 into 2000, which is 2 lakh. And share forfeiture will be credited with the amount paid up. Now, if you look at Vinod's case, Vinod has not paid the allotment money. Vinod did not pay the allotment money. Am I right or not, my dear children? So, he would have only paid application money. He hasn't paid anything after that. So, application money was 25 into the number of shares forfeited, which is 2000 for Vinod. So, that is 50,000. And what would be the unpaid portion, my dear children? We have assumed that 100 rupees has been called up. So 75 would be the unpaid portion. 75 into 2000 is 1,50,000. Right, my dear children? Now, in case you have to do it as a single entry, then what can you do? It's not very complicated. You just pass the same journal entry. The amount you write for both Vinod and Joshita. Understood? Add them up and write. That's all. You only have to do one of these two things, right? 2 lakh plus 1 lakh. All right. So you only have to do one of these two things. Either you can pass one full journal entry or you can pass separate journal entries for forfeiture for both the shareholders. I always strongly recommend that you pass separate entries because that avoids a lot of complication if you have to take the questions forward further, like reissue and all. So that's it, my dear children. With that, we have come to the end of this video. In the next video, we're going to be looking at more forfeiture problems with different complications. You people take care, have fun. If you like the video, please do like, share, comment, and please subscribe to my channel. Share it with your friends. Leave a comment. People take care, have fun. Bye.